How's it going, everyone? My name is Jake with Trade Confident, and today I'm going to talk to you about why I still do not think we've hit the bottom for Bitcoin. I do think it's going to get worse before it gets any better, so stay tuned to the end of the video where I'm going to tell you my price predictions and when I think the bottom may actually occur. Before we get started, leave a comment down below. I want to hear your price prediction and timeline of when you think Bitcoin will hit its bottom. Let me know before you watch this video. I want to know what you guys think. After that, if you enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out our channel grow. We provide crypto content, education, and analysis every single weekday, so if you want to keep growing as a trader with us, be sure to do that. With that in mind, let's dive right into it. So I know I've been giving a lot of bearish sentiment on this channel. I know I sound like a broken record, but I really truly don't think the bottom is in yet, and I'm going to give you all the reasons for that in this video. Global economic factors such as rising inflation, rising interest rates, quantitative tightening, and energy crisis, and the general political climate around the world all shows me that based on a fundamental aspect, the market as a whole is not ready to recover. From a crypto specific standpoint, we are in for an absolutely wild September. We have the Ethereum merge, which a lot of people are really bullish on. I'm honestly bearish, and I'll give you the reasons why in a minute. We also have the MtGox hack, in which a lot of original investors are getting their Bitcoin back, and they invested a long time ago, which means that they bought Bitcoin at a much cheaper price. So if they get their Bitcoin, then it's like they held for almost 9 years. So they're going to be making a ton of money on that, and we're probably going to see a lot of selling pressure because of that. Last but not least, we have a massive bear flag that has yet to finish playing out that could push us really far down. And again, I'm going to show you all of this. I'm going to show you evidence and why I think we have not hit the bottom for Bitcoin yet. First, I'm going to talk about the global economics. I'm not going to go crazy in depth. We've talked about all of this in original videos, but right now I'm just trying to combine and show you why I really don't think the bottom is hit yet. First things first, in the United States and all over the world, we are seeing rampant runaway inflation. This was due to the money printing and the economic stimulus that we had to inject into the markets due to the COVID pandemic and the massive loss of employment and jobs, supply chain interruptions, and everything like that. Because of the stimulation, we saw huge amounts of money flow into the market from the government, which pumped all the prices of commodities, stocks, even cryptocurrency really high. In order to control this runaway inflation, the Federal Reserve introduced a series of interest rate hikes that were designed to force businesses to take less risk. Because of this, businesses are not going to be taking as much loan, they're not going to be growing as much, even possibly going so far as to lay off employees in order to keep their money up. This layoff of employees could result in a lot of unemployment throughout the United States and the rest of the world, which will strongly contribute to a possible recession. However, the Federal Reserve feels that these interest rate hikes are still not enough to quell the rampant inflation that we're still seeing to this day. Because of this, they implemented what is called quantitative tightening, in which they're removing, selling off, and letting mature tons and tons of assets, up to $95 billion a month, from their balance sheet. This is an effort to further force down the rest of the market, stocks, cryptos, commodities, whatever. The point of it is to reduce those markets down to further force inflation down. So we will have to see how this plays out. And as of yet, they have not stopped this quantitative tightening. They have not stopped these interest rate hikes. Because of this, we can expect continued moves down in the market just on a fundamental level. And all of this information is United States specific. We're based in the United States. Most of our client base is too. But this is still happening all over the world. Europe is having similar issues where they're needing to quell constant inflation. They're also dealing with a massive energy crisis due to the war in Ukraine from Russia. Because of this, they are likely to see just as many impacts. So from a global perspective, this is a huge issue. At this point, I think it's time to talk about crypto specifics. We have a pretty good idea of what's going on in the world economy. Let's talk about crypto itself. As I said in the intro, I'm going to be talking about the Ethereum merge. I'm going to be talking about the MtGox hack and the upcoming news for that. And I'm going to be talking about the massive bull flag that has printed over the past couple of months on Bitcoin. Talking about Ethereum first, most of you know we have the merge coming up. Sometime between September 10th and September 20th, the merge will take place. What this is going to do is transfer Ethereum to a proof of stake type blockchain. Essentially, the goal is to reduce environmental impact and introduce scalability upgrades that'll make Ethereum faster and cheaper to use in the future. Now, I know what you're saying. This sounds bullish. Ethereum's getting upgraded. Why wouldn't that push the price up? Well, long term, it will. Long term, this is huge for Ethereum. But right now, we need to take a little bit of a smaller look. while Ethereum will do really well in the long term because of this, right now we are in a massive bear market. And there's a lot of selling pressure because of this. Now, with this selling pressure, what we're probably going to see is a buy the rumor, sell the news type event. This has happened a lot in the bear market where people are expecting a pump from a coin to happen. But what actually ends up happening is up until the news, up until it actually comes out that something happens to a coin, people are buying and buying and buying. And as soon as that news comes out, it drops. The reason for this is institutions and smart money are going to buy way earlier. They know what's coming up. They know what's going to happen and they plan ahead. So they buy and buy ahead of time while the prices are cheap. Then retailers are going to pump the price as soon as the news comes out, and then smart money is going to dump on them. They're going to dump all of their holdings and take massive profits, and then likely buy up again once the price falls. So anybody that's trading Ethereum, please be wary of this. Of course, I can't guarantee this is what's going to happen, but I feel, especially with the large selling pressure in the overall market, that a buy the rumor was going to see a massive sell of the news. Next up, I want to talk about MtGox. Now, this was an exchange that closed down almost 9 years ago, so this is before a lot of people's time in crypto, and it sure is for me. 8 years ago, in 2014, MtGox was hacked, and they lost 850,000 Bitcoin. This is about 7% of the total Bitcoin that will ever exist. Now, the total value at the time was 473 million, but in today's value, it's actually $18 billion. Now, MtGox has managed to find a lot of their missing Bitcoin and plans to return 150,000 of them to their original creditors and investors. They plan to do this slowly so as not to shock the market, but there will be a gradual increase of Bitcoin in the market, which will drive a lot of selling pressure. Now, obviously, not everyone's going to be selling off their Bitcoin, but we can expect, due to the really strained economic climate, a lot of investors will be needing the extra money and therefore will sell their Bitcoin. For this reason, we can expect a lot of Bitcoin to re-enter the market. Bitcoin at the time was worth anywhere between $400 and $600, and as of today is now worth $21,000. Let me show you on the chart how much of a percent of profit this actually is. Looking at Bitcoin on the 1 week chart here, I'm going to show you exactly where the hack actually happened and show you the price at the time. According to most sources, the hack happened in February of 2014, so we can put the price line at about right here, saying around $622. Doing a quick price analysis, starting at the bottom line right here and moving all the way up to the current price, we see 3,252% profit, which is equivalent to $20,247. Now, I don't know about you, but I could really use $20,000. I know I'm not alone in this boat here, and I imagine that a lot of people, especially in the stressed out economic climate, a lot of people are going to be taking this deal. While a lot of people will hold, or they're going to hold until the next all-time high and sell there, a lot of people are going to need the money. $20,000 is a massive amount, especially right now when everybody's financially stressed. As a recession is approaching, I think it's not unreasonable to expect people to sell off in order to get that cash. And again, they're going to be releasing 150,000 Bitcoin. And obviously not everyone's going to sell off. A lot of people are going to hold. A lot of institutions are actually the ones that own a lot of this Bitcoin. But those that need the money are definitely going to sell off as they get it. And because of this, we can expect that we're going to see a significant amount of selling pressure in the market. As a last note, if you were one of the poor traders that were hacked, if you lost your money to the MtGox hack, you have until September 15th. You have about 6 days from the making of this video in order to file a claim. Make sure you do it. Again, September 15th, 2022 is the final date you will be able to file a claim against MtGox in order to get your Bitcoin back. All right, we've covered the Ethereum merge. We've covered MtGox. Let's talk about this bear flag. This is the bear flag that I was talking about right here. Right here we have the sharp drop, which is the flag pull, and the moves gradually back up within a channel that represent the flag itself. Now we broke out at about this point, but we have not reached where a normal bear flag would fall, and let me show you what that is. When making a price prediction with a bear flag, what you're going to want to do is go to the very top, which is the last breakout of the last pattern, or simply just wherever the sharp drop happened. You're going to click on that. You're going to drag a vertical line down straight to the bottom of the bear flag itself, right there. Then what you're going to want to do is take that vertical line and put it right at the breakout. So that happened right here. The bottom of this line, the bottom right here at 11,886 represents the approximate bottom after this fully plays out. So this is what I'm talking about. The bear flag by itself shows that a $12,000 Bitcoin is entirely possible. Now you'll see here it broke down basically the same amount. Here, just to prove that this works, just going to drag this to the bottom. Then I'm going to take the breakout right here. It played out literally exactly. The bottom of this breakout fell all the way down here, which was the original flagpole for this bear flag. You can see this is how it played out, so it's not totally unexpected that it would play out here. Now, another thing that I want to bring your attention to is this really, really big line. This trend line goes all the way back to the original top of Bitcoin at 69,000 at the end of 2021. From here, it moved straight down and has touched multiple times. And because of that, it's not that outlandish to expect that Bitcoin's price would continue to follow this trajectory down. Now, it is currently using it as a resistance structure, and it has been for quite some time now, several days, in fact. And what I'm expecting here is it to continue following this track. Now, what I've done is list out several strong support levels that we see in Bitcoin. The first one is 16,360. The next is 12,500, and the very last one is a straight $10,000. So because of this, we can use this yellow line, and I know this isn't exact. I know past performance doesn't guarantee future performance, but this is the best estimates we have. We have this trajectory for the price, and we have several support structures of where the price could fall. Now, if we do follow this, if this line carries out, let me move it down here. Again, it could reach 12,000, which is right about this resistance. I'm sorry, which is right about this support level. Now, if it follows that trajectory, we can put our crosshair right here and look down. It shows October 24th is the likely point if Bitcoin continues down this trajectory, if we are to hit $12,000. Now, one last thing that I do want to show you is on the TC top and bottom finder, also with the trend exhaustion and the price versus well money flow, I'm going to switch over to the 1 week time frame. For the first time, this is the top that I was talking about originally. We have a strong buy right here. We saw that the trend exhaustion and the price versus well money flow bottomed out on this weekly time frame, showing that this could have been the bottom. However, we did move back up a little bit, and we're beginning to make that lower low formation, continuing this continuous downtrend. Now, since then, the trend exhaustion has hit nearly the top, and the price versus well money flow is still in the halfway point, right around 42. About 42. You can see the number right here. The TC top and bottom fighter posted a strong buy, and I do agree that this was a really good solid point. I think we're close to the bottom, not quite there yet. So a buy at this point would have seen, or probably will see, massive moves up in the future. So anyone that buys here is probably going to see profit. Again, it may take a little while, but I do think it will see profit in the long term. Because of this strong buy level, because that the trend exhaustion is topped out since we saw a high here, and the price versus well money flow seems to have topped out about halfway, I do think it's very, very likely that we could expect continued moves down. So based on all these facts, I think that by November, let's say the month of November itself, by November, I think that we could see a $12,000 Bitcoin. Now, I know this is not guaranteed, and I'm not going to say this is guaranteed. Do not take trades based on this advice. Always, always do your own research. But based on the global economic factors, based on Bitcoin, based on Ethereum's merge, based on the MtGox hack, I think we have not seen the bottom yet. I don't think it's in yet, and I think it could be $12,000, and I think it could hit by November. This is a couple of months time, so we do have some time, and I will keep you as updated as I can in this time if there are any changes. Right now, 12,000 by November is my bet. At this point, it's time for me to show you where to get these indicators. You saw the top 3 indicators. It's the TC top and bottom finder, the trend exhaustion, and the price versus well money flow. No matter if you're a scalper or a long-term trader, you take one trade a year and you just hold it forever. No matter what, these indicators are the best on the market for those. Now, you can get these indicators along with all of the other indicators that Trade Confident offers for a total of $748. This is incredible value, and most traders make this back within the first few trades, which is absolutely insane. Now, I'm going to show you how to get this deal. On tradeconfident.io, of course, the links will be in the description. all you're going to do is head over and snag our bundle pack right here. The bundle pack is going to include all 9 of these indicators. You can also purchase them individually by clicking on the link, but the best value, it'll give you 82% off the total of all of these, is this link. The bundle pack will give you lifetime access for a one-time payment with all source code for these indicators included. The best part about the bundle pack is it includes a $400 off coupon for the TC top and bottom finder, which is our brand new flagship indicator that is making us tons and tons of money. It is winning us trades and winning many other traders too. This will also give you lifetime access for a one-time payment. It doesn't give you the full source code for this, but we will provide full dedicated email support. If you ever have a question for us, please reach out at btradeconfident@gmail.com with your questions, and we will get back with you as soon as possible. With that, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you staying to this point. Remember, trade safe, trade confident, and I'll see you in the next video.